Welcome back to MTN Live in the Mountains. I'm here with Jason Reagan. He is one of the board members for the Boone Chamber of Commerce, and he is also the Director of Membership and Marketing for Hound Ears. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for being here. So first of all, let's start off. Tell us a little bit about Hound Ears, and I know some people may have heard of that, but tell us a little bit about what that is.
Okay. Well, Hound Ears Club is a private mountain community. It's located between Boone and Banner Elk, kind of in the Fosco area. And Hound Ears has the distinction among private clubs in the high country of being one of the oldest. It was founded in 1964 by the Robbins brothers, who many of your viewers will know as the brains behind Tweetsie Railroad and Beach Mountain, and so many tourist-oriented things here in the high country. And so they started that in 1964, and since then it's grown as one of the premier private clubs. We offer world-class golf. Our golf courses have been ranked, among the top 100 in North Carolina courses, and we offer fine dining. We offer tennis. We offer a pool. We offer a huge recreation and fitness program. So it's just really a great place for people who, they come to the high country and they love it, and a lot of them have this experience of, this is great, I'd love to live here, I'd love to, this to be a part of my life, and we sort of feel that need. We provide that kind of a newer elevation in mountain lifestyle, and we're real excited this year because we are getting ready to offer a new membership plan that we really feel will be especially attractive to local residents. Because one thing I try to emphasize when I talk about Hound Ears is we have a great community. We have a lot of luxury homes, we have condos, we have everything in between, A-frames. Some of them are rustic, some of them are very high-end. But residency is not required. In other words, you can actually be a member and live in Boone, live in Blowing Ark, wherever.
That was going to be my next question. Like, do you actually have to live in the neighborhood?
You certainly don't. We have a small number. It is a small number right now, but we're probably looking for that to expand because a lot of the demographics have changed. Like a lot of private clubs in the area, we have a lot of people who live part-time in Florida. They live here during the summer. They get away from the hot temperatures. But it seems like, for reasons that we really don't know, over the past several years, that demographic's changing. We're getting a lot of people from the Charlotte market, from the Triad. These are people who are more long weekenders. They can come up, they can enjoy, get out of Charlotte, get out of the heat, enjoy the mountains. And so it's fascinating. And we're also getting a lot of people who are local. We've got, for example, Dr. Jerry Butler, a well-known dentist in the area. He's one of our members. Some of the Wilcox family who are very well known. So it's a nice mix. It really is. You get a great diversity.
So for those who don't live in the area, or maybe is there a way that you can maybe rent something for the weekend if you're in the membership? Like, how does that work? Can you, like, if you're coming up to visit the high country and you don't want to stay in a hotel, and you kind of can people rent from the area? They can.
We have a rental program. We have several of our residents, they offer their homes, both their condos and their houses for rent. And so we have a rental program. And then we also have what's called the Clubhouse Inn. I guess the best way to describe it would be sort of a micro bed and breakfast. We have 2 rooms and 2 suites. A couple of the suites actually overlook the golf course with a stunning view of Grandfather Mountain. So we have that as an option. We have packages that go with that. So if someone just wanted to, just to experience Hound Ears in that way, they could certainly come up. And of course, I'm going to make a shameless plug. All of this information is available on our website at houndears.com. We're also on Facebook, so feel free to like us there. And
so we can visit your website, learn how to, learn how to maybe become a member, maybe look into some rentals, and then possibly make it a permanent stay for some folks.
Exactly. And one thing I will say by, I guess, not saying it is like I said, we're going to have a membership opportunity coming up because of a lot of things. We're working out some details, and we're not really ready for prime time in terms of announcing it, but in February probably, or early March, we'll have details on our website. So that'll be something extra to look for, and of course it'll be on Facebook. So very excited about that. I'm kind of buzzing over here because I want to say something about it, but it's just not ready for release yet.
We'll wait a couple of weeks and we'll check it out on the website.
Okay, great.
So you are a board member for the Chamber of Commerce here in Boone.
Right.
And so tell us a little bit about how long have you been on the board?
I've been on for about a year. I was a board member previously in another position and left that, and then kind of stayed out of the chamber loop for a while. I was working, doing things in Lenoir and some other places, and I came on board with Hound Ears, and got in contact with Dan Meyer, and he basically just asked me to be on the board again, and so I've enjoyed that. And it's a great way to really be a part of the community.
Absolutely. And the Chamber does so many things for our community. Tell us a little bit about what they're doing.
Okay. Well, as your audience may or may not know, Dan Meyer, our president and CEO, is the usual person sitting in this setting here. And Dan is out of the country, so I am filling in. And I say all that because I have notes. So I'm going to somewhat refer to them, and I hope it doesn't look too boring. As I said before we came on the air, my main purpose in coming here is to share about the Chamber, share about Hound Ears, but also to make sure that my performance doesn't end up as some sort of viral video on YouTube. So
I assured him that would not happen.
You never know with the internet.
That's true.
But basically, the Chamber of Commerce is about a lot of things. It's a membership organization, but mainly we're about advancing economic prosperity. We're about encouraging public and private cooperation. We want to see the economic base of the high country broadened, and really, at the end of the day, we want to see the quality of life in the high country enhanced through all this. Really, at its core, the Chamber is people. It's about people. Our membership represents really a broad, overview of the business community, the nonprofit community, and really chambers in general have changed over the years. In that, now we're seeing, we're seeing a lot of. We're seeing more nonprofits. We're seeing more governmental agencies being involved with the Chamber, and so it's really exciting because the Chamber becomes more than just some business entity. It becomes a key component for all aspects of community life. So that's exciting.
It's a great way to connect with.
Sure.
Like, I love how you guys invite nonprofits to come in, and it's a great way for us to, for the nonprofits to tell their story and then connect with local businesses.
Right.
And so many relationships and programs come out of that, and it's just amazing. Just what maybe by joining the Chamber and coming to one of the after hours events and learning about all the other businesses. And
we should really put you on the payroll. You do such a better job than I do with that, so that's great.
No, I'm teasing. So speaking of after-hour events, you guys have some events coming up. So what's coming up here in the Chamber?
Well, and I'm just going to run through them. As you mentioned, we do have the business after hours, and that's just a great networking opportunity. It's a great opportunity just to get to know the Chamber, to get to know local businesses, to get to know what's going on in the community. It's really a great way to get plugged in, especially if you're a new business or, one of the things we really see, I think, a lot at the business after hours, we see the established businesses, we see corporate interests, Wells Fargo or some of the well-known corporations, but we also see a lot of one-person shops. In other words, someone who maybe they have a freelance business in design or they work on computers or something like that. And these are the type of people who they don't have an advertising budget necessarily. They are getting their message out with word of mouth. And so that's a great way for them to form those connections with maybe more well-established businesses. And a lot of times when I'm at these events, I just sort of, I stand there and I enjoy the food and I enjoy the beverages and everything else. And I listen sometimes, and I hear those connections being made, and it's really exciting. I hear, person X say to person Y, okay, well, I'll give you a call, and we'll discuss that idea. And so it's just really, it's exciting. There's sort of an electricity there, and I enjoy that. But that's probably more than you probably wanted to hear.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, I've walked out of after hours with a handful of business cards before, and it was just like, yay, now I know that there is a person who does this.
Right. And just to give you an idea of some of the exciting venues, and I really didn't mention this, what actually happens is we will set up an annual schedule, which is available at the Chamber's website at boonechamber.com or on Facebook. See, I'm really good at pushing the online. But basically different venues, businesses will host business after hours, and it may be a car dealership, it may be a recreational venue, and I'll just kind of go over a few. I'm not going to go all the way through the year, and in general, this is the third Thursday of the month. And so we have February 19th. We have Appalachian State's Athletics Center. It's going to host the business after hours. March 19th, the Turchin Center. So that'll be really exciting with all the art and everything. April 16th will be at Boone Ford on, I believe that's on Newmarket Boulevard, and it's actually going to be, that's the venue, but it's going to be hosted by the Nationwide Insurance Office that's across the street, as well as Stephen Burnt. And Stephen, if I mispronounced, I'm sorry, Stephen Burnt, who's also an attorney in the same building as the Nationwide office. May 21st will be really interesting because it'll take place at Wahoo's, which is sort of a whitewater venue. I think they have a lot of different activities, and normally they really have something interesting. It's like a barbecue, and they'll have a lot of. It'll just be a really great way to celebrate spring and a great way to celebrate getting out from under all the snow.
Absolutely.
So, and then June 18th will be at the Blue Ridge Mountain Club, and
if you've never been there, that place is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I had the opportunity, just a quick story, when they first were developing that, I was working with local media, and just to show the dedication that they had, they actually had us all come out to the Boone Airport, and we got in a helicopter, and we were able to just really go over and see what they planned to do and what they had already done. And so it was exciting. So that's going to be great. And I told you I wouldn't get too far in it, but I got to share this. July 21st, we're going to have, Horn in the West will be featured, and it'll be at the Daniel Boone Inn. So you can't get more iconic in terms of the high country than those two things. So that's going to be really great. And if you want to know more, you can go to the website, and all that will be listed. So.
Absolutely. And, there's a lot of great food. I mean, I love food. I say it on here all the time. I'm not ashamed. But there's always some really good food from local areas that is showcased there at the event.
Right.
And I know Appalachian Cookie was there once, and I just
I missed
the moment
that one.
I fell in love with them.
Right. Well, and here's something interesting that I've noticed that's changed over the years. Is, as you know, the high country is really becoming well known for craft breweries, homegrown breweries. Had one Appalachian brewery, I believe it went public. So I mean, that's a really exciting potential industry here in the high country. And I've noticed that that's been a component of the business after hours. You will have some sort of local brewery like Lost Province or Appalachian or something like that, or Blowing Rock. So that's really exciting. Especially so if you're a beer lover, come on out. So I guess I should go over some other events. May 14th will be the Business Expo at the Boone Mall, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Small businesses have booths set up at the Boone Mall, and you can. I'll tell you, it's a really good opportunity to collect a lot of goodies, or I think they call it swag, right?
Swag, that's exactly right.
You can fill up your swag bags with swag. It's very exciting. I hope Hound Club will be there. We're planning to be there, and you'll just see a lot of banks, a lot of, and again, a lot of those one-man operations, one-person operations, and so that's really exciting to see that mix. And you can learn a lot more about businesses, about local, like for example, local. Programs at ASU and Caldwell Community College. Give a shout out there. My wife's a math teacher, so I hope she'll watch this. And so just a lot of exciting things like that.
So how do businesses sign up for that event? Like, is there a process? Like, you just go online and sign up, or what is the logistics in getting involved in the Business Expo?
See, I was afraid you would ask me something I didn't know the answer to. I believe the process. I'm sure it's found on the website. You can also, and I may be giving you incorrect information, but I'm 90% sure that the email address is info@boonechamber.com. So info@boonechamber.com. Email that. You can call 264-2225 and get that information there. So we have such a great staff with Stereo and Barbara. They're just amazing.
Absolutely.
So they'll answer any questions you have. So.
All right. Thank you.
And I've got something else if you want me to go over it very quickly.
Okay. Go right ahead.
We also we at the Chamber sponsor, or we certainly partner with Caldwell Community College in terms of small business workshops throughout the year. And a couple that are coming up, January 22nd, there's going to be a Now, I don't know exactly. Some of these I don't really know what they are. I just know the title. But on January 22nd, Russ Siegel will be leading a conference or a seminar on turning passion to profits. February 5th, Mike Collins will present guerrilla marketing. I don't think that's primate related. I think it's the other kind. March 12th, Matt Rudisil. Again, I'm probably butchering these names, but Matt's going to lead a workshop on social media. And April 15th, not only is that tax day, but Nick Hawks will be talking about marketing on eBay. So a lot of very relevant, very modern types of seminars going on.
And are those the ones that take place at the library?
That's a good question.
I believe they are. Don't take my word for it, but I believe that is. I think if I can, I just want to be not 100% sure, so don't take my word for it. But you can find it on the website. But I've been to some of those workshops. They are so helpful. I know there was a QuickBooks one that they did over 4 times, and it was, I mean, a lot of it was very, very informative, and it really helps. For people like me, I'm a hands-on learner. I don't really go well with manuals. So the instructor's there. They go through it with you, and if you have any questions, that's what they're there for. So you can actually sit down and go over the process that you just learned and make sure that you got it. So those are always, even if for people who've been in business for years, like I think it's great to always brush up on your skills.
And I have a note here for, because this is actually through Caldwell Community College. For more information, you should contact Regina Hartley with the Small Business Office, the Small Business Development Office, I guess it is, at Caldwell. That's at 265-5385.
All right, great.
And I'm sure they have a website and Facebook too. So,
as we all do.
Right.
Well, I thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
great. For sharing with us about hound ears and the Boone Chamber. Always two things to look into becoming members. You can be members of both.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hope you will. And again, I'll just say, because I've got camera time, houndears.com, houndears.com. Check it out.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
All of these events that he was talking about with the Chamber can be found on their website. And for more information, you can email info@boonechamber.com. Well, thanks again, Jason, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Okay.